Hello and welcome to Blockchain Silver, the place where we analyze what in the world is going on in crypto. Today we're going to talk about the Ripple coincidence. Warning, I'm not a financial advisor. This video is for fun and entertainment purposes only. It is best to do your own due diligence, form your own conclusions, and invest based on your opinion of the market. Cryptocurrency markets are highly speculative and may lose value. Be safe out there. So here's why I'm interested in this project. Here's why I took this on. Ripple has not performed like the other cryptos, and it's almost like it's doing its own thing. This here is XRP. These are all 1 year charts. We got XRP, Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, and they're all 1 year. And so if you look here, Ripple in the last 12 months has come down by probably 50% or so. And you got Bitcoin that's gone up by about 50%. Bitcoin Cash has been the number one performer, going from 70 some dollars all the way up to $5.15 in June of 2019. And then Litecoin was second place, going from about $22, $23 all the way up to $146 in June of 2019, then coming back down. But it's like Ripple has just been doing its own thing. There's no real rhyme or reason on what it's doing, other than it's kind of following something similar that I've noticed. It's following what Bitcoin has done in the past. And so I'm going to show you here what it's doing and why I'm actually really interested in it. All right, so this is Bitcoin's second market sequence. This started in November 18th, 2011. Bitcoin had came all the way down from $30 over about 5 or 6 months down to $205, and then that was it, and then it stopped. And over the course of about the next, 509 days, a little less than 2 years, it reached $225. That was about a 110x move. And it went all the way down to 68 over about 3 months. Then another 3 months kind of recovered. Actually, that was about 3 months there. And then it was like 2 months. And then it made a trek up to $1,150. The whole process was 743 days from here, November 18th, 2011, up to here, November 29th, 2013. It was 743 days, just a little bit over 2 years. And in the middle, from this bump to the second bump, it was exactly 233 days. Then it had about a 635-day bear market, or you could say a 412-day bear market from, there was a January of 2015, it flashed down to like 178. Went sideways for like 7 months, then it flashed again to like 177. But it was about a 635-day bear market all in all. And so now, this here, Ripple, on December 1st, 2015, it hit a low of 0.004 cents. So a little less than half of 1 penny. And after that, it went up and it never touched that price again. And so as you can see here, this would be January of 2016. Somewhere is about December, first or 2nd of December. And I got curious about this, and I started looking into this. And when it touched this high on May 17th, 2017, it touched 42 cents. And then on January 4th of 2018, it touched $3.84. Well, I started to calculate the days in between, and I found out that it was exactly 233 days. And so I remembered this number. I knew that this number was important. And I got looking back in my Bitcoin notes, and I realized that that was the exact same time frame that Bitcoin went from $225 and then dropped, and then ultimately went up to $1,150. It was exactly 233 days in between. So I started looking into some other stuff, and sure enough, I found a market sequence. So we go back to this date here on December 1st, 2015, which is simply just this right here. Go forward about 534 days, we arrive at 42 cents. Then from there, lost quite a bit of value, went down to about 18 or 19 cents. That took about, it was roughly, I think it was about 3 months. And then from there, we went to, it was about another 2 to 3 months. Then this happened in like 3 weeks. So there are some differences. Bitcoin was like 3 months, and then like 2 months. Ripple, I think it's like 3 months, 2 months, and then it was about a month or so. But these days here are quite similar. If you notice here, 766 days to this top, and 534 days to the first top. We got the same for the middle. Even the moves were similar. Bitcoin had a 110x move from its bottom to the 225. Ripple had a 105x move. Bitcoin had a 600x move from the 205 to the 1150. And Ripple had a 960x move. And Ripple is probably one of the best performers. I'm sure there were some alts out there that are not very familiar that probably did way better. But this is, in the top 10, this was probably, I haven't looked at them all, but I'll bet you this was probably the number one performer just from this time frame to that time frame. And so, now just comparing the two, all we're doing now with this slide here, we're just taking Bitcoin, we're taking this day count, this day count, this day count, and the bear. Ripple, we're taking this day count, this day count, this day count, and then the bear that we're in right now. And we're just looking at the two. So this is the Bitcoin day count and the Ripple day count. Look at how similar they are. 509, 534, 233, 233, 743, 766. Then Bitcoin had about a 635-day bear market. And Ripple now, I'm counting as December 18th, 2019, if we take a quick look at that. So this here with Ripple, if we just click, this is XRP on Coinbase. This here is about December 18th. Looks like it went down to about 17, almost 18 cents. Some exchanges might slightly vary some. But if you zoom out, here's that date again, the 17th. Now this shows the 17th as the lowest. And if we zoom out even farther, that's pretty much about right there. We are pretty much at a really good low. If this here is the first market sequence, and then this is the bear, then according to the math, now this is just a theory, but according to the math, it would be showing that that if this is doing something similar to Bitcoin, then we are getting close to it, or we may have already passed the bottom. So that may have been the bottom. It may not. Who knows? But all we're doing, we're just comparing the day count here. So now, Bitcoin right now, in my opinion, and this is purely 100% just my opinion, I believe that Bitcoin is in its third market sequence. In August of 2015, it flashed down to 177. It also did the same thing on January of 2015, like January 14th, it flashed to like 178. And from there, we went to $20,000. Well, that was a 110x move. That happened on December 18th, 2017. Then from there, it came down. If this was a year here, we are pretty much at or past about the year mark. And so I'm anticipating a good 2020 for Bitcoin. But if we just look at the day count here, 847 days and then 1,720 days. And I'm anticipating that once we touch 100, 110, 120,000, that we're going to have probably about 1,000, maybe 1,100, maybe a 1,200 day bear market. And so if Ripple, because it's been acting out of sequence compared to all the other ones, how it's been just kind of acting on its own, doing its own thing, compared to all the other stuff. If we seen, there's two possible scenarios, and I'm going to show you what the one would be, but the two possible scenarios here, but no guarantees. Bitcoin goes to 100,000 sometime in 2020. Ripple has a price explosion right after and goes to the $19 to $20 area. If you're having a hard time understanding or you don't understand why I would pick these prices, just watch this video here. Go to my channel, click on videos, look for this one here, the Bitcoin to Ripple ratio. Ripple has maxed out on two different occasions, right around like 4,300 to 1. So it would take about 4,300 Ripple to equal 1 Bitcoin. And so I believe for Ripple, we're going to see $18, $19, $20, $21 area. That's what I believe the next target is for Ripple. Could it go lower? Yeah, it could go down to 18 cents or 17. There's pretty good support though at those prices. But you know, if it goes lower, I'm a buyer. So this is scenario one, just the blue here for Ripple. Then in the green here, this would be the other scenario. Ripple follows a similar third market sequence. This would be to Bitcoin, Bitcoin's third market sequence, and continues to do its own thing, reaching $19 or $20 sometime in 2022. So I'm still, no matter what though, I'm anticipating a $19 to $20 area for Ripple. It's either going to come in 2020 or 2022, or somewhere in between. Hard to say, but I think it's in the cards. And so if we did see this one here, this here would just be Bitcoin goes to 100,000 in like May, June, July, August of 2020. And then Ripple does its thing a few weeks after it touches the $19 or $20 area. Or if not, if it's still kind of just wallowing around doing its own thing, then we would probably go into this scenario here. And so this is what it would look like if this is the bottom for Ripple. December 18th of 2019. If that was the bottom there, 18 cents or so. If we seen a 105 or a 110x move, that's the $20. That would be in 2022. And then it would be, if it did something similar to Bitcoin's third market sequence, it'd be about a year down or so, about another year, and then maybe 5 or 6 months up and reaching about 150, maybe $175 in 2024. Maybe even go a little farther. Hard to say. Now that would be at a 960x move. So that'd be something similar to its first market sequence, or its second market sequence that it did, going up to $3.84. So if it followed similar to Bitcoin's, then this is about what I'm thinking. So there's no guarantees. It doesn't mean that this will happen. This video also doesn't mean that exactly on this date that Ripple's going to touch $20 and come down. It just means maybe that it might. I may not be anywhere close, and in a year or two from now, we may be laughing at this video hysterically. It's hard to say, but I'm just showing you the math based on what it's done, what Bitcoin's done in the past, what I think it's doing right now, what Ripple's done in the past, what it possibly might be doing right now. And we're just comparing the two, and that's it. And that's all we're doing. So we're just trying to create some order out of these markets. And these markets are efficient and they are very orderly, but there's a lot of volatility to the upside and to the downside, but mainly to the upside. And so that was it for today. I also want to wish everybody a Happy New Year. Today is December 31st, 2019. We're going into 2020. I think this is going to be the year for crypto, just like how 2017 was the year for crypto. I think this is going to be a great year for Bitcoin. So we'll see what happens. Only time will tell. There's no guarantees on anything, but that's what I'm thinking. So that's it for today. I want to wish everybody a Happy New Year. And if you liked the video, feel free to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I want to thank you for coming over to Blockchain Silver. And remember to stay safe out there.